Stephen Garvey, founder, leader of National Citizens Alliance of Canada, NCA. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're going to talk tonight about what it means to be an NCA candidate, and this is pertaining to the upcoming federal election and subsequent ones from there as well. The most important thing you need to know about being an NCA candidate is that it's all about the Canadian people and our country. Period. Nothing diverts from that fundamental agenda for NCA and our candidates. It has to be about our people, our country, our people's prosperity, their security, their well-being. That's what it's all about. That's it. Period. If you have conflict with that, you have conflict with being an NCA candidate. We don't want you as a candidate. That's it. All our candidates come from that fundamental premise. And that's where the party comes from. I'm going to refer to an article here, which will go into it. This is on our blog page. You can access this blog on the main menu of our website at nationalcitizensalliance.ca. The title of the article is, Are You Ready to be a National Citizens Alliance Candidate? I'm going to go through the main points here. Canadians first. Yes, Canada first. That's what NCA is about. But some of the basic premises of being a candidate, you have to be 18 years of age or older. That's in our Constitution. And you have to be a member, a paid member of the party. And you can sign up to be a paid member on our website under membership. And it's a pretty minimal fee. And then for NCA candidates, we are not career politicians. We are not looking to become part of the traditional globalist establishment that already exists in Ottawa and is deeply entrenched, and depending on your view, is deeply corrupt. NCA defies conventional notions of left and right, and instead is focused on the distinction of working towards the best interests of Canada and our citizens as a sovereign nation. We are not empty suits. In fact, we don't wear suits at all. We do not identify with crony corporate status quo. So, just to clarify those points, we do not expect our candidates to wear suits. Yet, if some of our candidates want to wear a suit, we're not going to say no. If they're comfortable wearing a suit and they think that represents who they are as an NCA member and candidate, we have no issue with that. But they're not expected to wear a suit. The House of Commons. The House of Commons. This institution was fundamentally met as a commons of the people of Canada. It is completely diverted from that. It has become a commons of the elitists, of the mainstream parties and their candidates. It's become an old boys club, a club of the elitists. And that's something NCA wants to change. And with the help of the Canadian people, we will change and get it back to the roots. As mentioned, the House of Commons was meant to be comprised of the common people, to represent their constituencies through themselves, and in our case, through the NCA. That's what it was meant to be. It's anything but now. As I mentioned, it's elitist, detached, top-down governance body, disconnected from the people. And we want to change that. We have a number of policies. Go through them on our page. And a big one is on governance reform, including recall, citizen-initiated referendum, and a number of other great initiatives. But this is fundamental to National Citizens Alliance. And our supporters get it. They realize that NCA is a party of the people. It really is. Anyone who follows us, anyone who hears us, reads our policy, knows that. We don't need to spin a tweet. Excuse me. We don't need... Sorry about that. There was an incoming call there, but we're back, I hope. But we don't need to spin a tweet. We don't need to have all these sound bites and manipulations. We are who we are. We're straight, clear. I'm going to get back to the article now. We are true grassroots, populist, nationalist Canadian party. NCA is looking for people who want to make a difference and are willing to commit to serving others before themselves. Our policies have been created and established by our membership, and this is not a top-down hierarchy, but you will be required to learn NCA's policies and be able to discuss them with constituents in a fluid manner and participate in debates. So our candidates should be well informed on our policies. They should know the core issues of their constituency through our policies. We provide policy notes for our candidates, but this is expected of them to represent the party in their constituency, that they have to have an understanding of what NCA stands for from a policy standpoint. You must like meeting new people and be able to see yourself as a teacher and a leader. And this is very critical. NCA candidates must be able to teach to the general public what is going on, how they are being misinformed. They have to take on a role of a teacher. They also have to be a leader in providing example through initiative, hard work, following through on ideas. So they must be both a teacher and a leader. You do not have to have a university degree, but you need to be willing to learn and grow with the party. It is teamwork plus initiative. It's a fine balance between the two. NCA policies are derived from membership feedback, from public feedback. It's an extension of the Canadian people, the policies of NCA. You need to be computer illiterate, be able to participate in social media, which is huge these days, especially for parties like NCA, which are non-mainstream, non-establishment. Social media equals the playing field against these mainstream parties for us. So it's critical our candidates are social media savvy. You also need to have a certain degree of financial stability and be able to take time off work when necessary in order to run your campaign and run your own campaign fundraising events. So we're expecting our candidates to have initiative. They can't be on welfare with almost no income. They have to have some kind of financial stability. Otherwise, there's no way they can campaign. So that's what we're asking for. You don't have to be a millionaire, billionaire. As long as you have some kind of financial stability, which allows you to donate to your campaign at a minimal level, but also take time off, then that's what we're looking for. All candidates are screened by members of our executive board, and this is part of our constitution. And this is something all candidates go through, and it's called a vetting process. And we want to make sure the candidate is a good fit for NCA and vice versa. We are looking for quality candidates within the scope of what I've been talking about. We are not desperate. We'd like to have to fill all ridings for this upcoming election, but if we don't, we don't. We are not going to compromise on who we are as a party. We're not going to have candidates representing us who don't represent what NCA stands for, like some other parties that we know. And we think the Canadian people agree with us on this. So it's about quality over quantity, and hopefully we have 338 quality candidates. But it's up to the Canadian people. If you're interested in becoming an NCA candidate, go to the candidate tab on our main menu on nationalcitizensalliance.ca and fill in the form. You will be contacted in due course to set up a time and date for your initial interview. We're looking forward to working with you and for all Canadians in the upcoming federal election 2019. So this is an exciting opportunity for Canadians. NCA is a vehicle. We have a great platform that's even getting better and better every day. And it's an opportunity to stand up for our people, our country. It's a great opportunity. So we say run for NCA to save Canada.